what's your approach to how much money you spend on the ring?
I am trying to wow her, right? I'm gonna get that moment, that reaction that I know is gonna make her feel so happy. I haven't told you guys yet this. This is crazy. The morning of, so early in the week, I told my dad. My dad's really excited, right? He's just an excited guy. I tell him earlier in the week, I said, Pops, I'm gonna propose to Brittany this weekend. I just tell him in passing because I can't give him too much information because he can't hold water. I said, Pop, I'm gonna propose to Brittany this weekend. Don't say anything. We'll talk about it later. He's like, oh, okay, cool. Friday morning, my dad calls Brittany.
I'm Simeon Pando.
Victoria Monet.
Dang. I'm Melvin Gregg.
This is another episode of Nice and Neat.
I'm Duke.
I'm Omar. I'm Jalon.
Welcome back to another episode. Yo, what's the deal, y'all? Hope all is well. Welcome back to another episode. I'm Duke.
I'm Omar. I'm Jalon, and this is another episode of the #1 podcast in all of Los Angeles, Nice and Neat. What's going on, my brothers? How you guys doing, man?
What's the dilly, bro?
Jalon, I don't know how you do. I'm tired, bro.
Tired?
I'm tired.
What's going on, man?
I'm motherfucking tired, bro.
It's those night shifts?
Bruh, it's like Ocean seemed to just be up all day.
Are you getting straight into it? Getting straight? Okay. Come on, let's go. Let's go.
She seemed to be asleep all day, up all night. And Candace and I think we have a formula or a strategy, but she's out strategizing our strategy.
Mm-hmm.
Ocean, I never thought we would be losing the battle to someone so young in the house.
She runs the house.
She runs the house.
Yeah.
She runs the house. Even today, like, I slept maybe 3 hours last night.
Oh, you had a good night's sleep.
Like uninterrupted too.
You had a good night's
Crazy.
sleep. Okay.
3 hours, but I'm up at 4 a.m. I got the morning shift. And I take Ocean into the living room, man, and we just try to go back to sleep. But this morning, she don't want to go back to sleep. She up, she's active, and not only active, she's fussy.
Mm-hmm.
She's fussy.
Mm-hmm.
So by the time she actually calms down, like, believe it or not, hours then pass by, and it's time for me to start my day. So
what time is it?
when she's calmed down,
Yeah.
7:30.
Yeah.
3 hours later.
No, I remember. I did the night shift through to the morning, and I remember those nights where he wouldn't sleep at all, and he'll fall asleep for like an hour in my arms, and I'll hold him, and I'll try to doze off, and I couldn't, and I remember the anxiety I would get was be similar to, Duke, you could relate to somebody like pledging when that sun will fall. I would feel like that when the sun will be coming up.
Mm-hmm.
Like, man, I didn't sleep last night, and I gotta go and participate in my day. Then I got to go to work. And then I got to come and do this again with this kid. And then he just smiled at me. And then I'll be like, oh, man, I'm good.
Yep.
I think that's one of the most powerful things about parenthood is in your deepest moments of frustration, they can do the smallest things and literally wipe the slate clean of all the frustration that you had. You're in the trenches, though, right now,
I'm
bro.
in the trenches right now. Like, I'm not experiencing none of that stuff you're talking about right now.
You're in the you're in the trenches so much so that you got some more of those that's gonna happen. You're gonna have some all-nighters too that you unintentionally pull. You've been able to shower consistently.
That's funny you asked that. This week.
Nah, that's funny. That is kind of crazy.
Hey, it's kind of crazy to think about.
So what does that mean though? Like every other day?
Not even that. It's just like, yo, the opportunity that you have to go shower. I'm just so tired. I'd rather opt to get this sleep. I'm gonna opt for sleep right now.
Mm-hmm.
I'm about to opt for sleep right now, and it ain't like I'm working out crazy right now.
Right.
You know what I mean? I'm eating better than I ever have because my workouts are sparing.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? They're so sporadic, which is so unlike me.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? But sometimes, bro, when at this stage, it's crazy. You be like, damn. And unintentionally too, like, I didn't shower today.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Or just like, fuck. It's
Damn.
like 8 p.m. Now you gotta take a shower.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's crazy.
But I mean, I think that I feel like all new parents go through that. Like you and I've talked about that. You know what I mean? I feel like that's just part of the the growing pains, bro. It's like
Showers is crazy.
it's crazy, right? You think like you gonna wash
It's
your
so
ass
easy.
every
It
day.
seems like it's so easy to just take a shower real quick. Hey, babe, just give me like 5 minutes.
But you be thinking about what you fail to realize is like when you get in the shower without a kid, pre-kid, like you get in the shower with no worries. You low key in there wasting water,
Yeah, for sure.
dreaming,
For sure.
plotting,
Thinking.
brainstorming.
Yeah.
You know, it kind of changes when the kid comes into play. Like I gotta get my ass back out. So the idea of getting in is like, yo, I don't even have that kind of time right
But
now.
that's even like, yo, you got it for like 10 minutes.
Sure.
Yeah, I mean, and you also could consider there's so much intricacies
Right.
in having a child. Because even in saying, hey, yo, watch her for 10 minutes.
You never had to tell a woman to watch her.
No. But what I'm saying is the day that she might have had with the baby could literally be as extensive as the day you might have felt that you had with the baby. So you asking for 10 minutes, she did everything in her power to not ask you for that 10 minutes. She was being considerate. And
So you're asking for 10 minutes and consider it.
Exactly. It can be.
Yep.
It can be. So, you know, I've learned in this space, man, having a kid with somebody, you have to truly be in love, bro. Like I can see how when people are not in love and they have children, how they could just be like, hey, yo, it'd just be easier for us to not be together. Mm-hmm. I really understand it because not only are you trying to figure out what it's like, okay, I'm a parent now. What does it feel like to be a parent? Okay. And a partner to your feelings, your sensitivities, but also putting my feelings to the side to cater to how you feel. You know, there was early on when we first had Edison, it was times where it was like, she's like, I'm about to go get in the shower. And I'm like, well, I was about to get in the shower. I want to go get in the shower. And then either you guys are going to argue about who's going to get in the shower or somebody go get in the shower and you guys just have to figure that out.
Or we both going to go to the shower and we're going to roll this bassinet into the bathroom. We're going to figure this thing out.
You got to get creative.
We're going to figure this thing out.
You know, like the baby run the house, but you can't let the baby run you.
Yeah.
The baby definitely run the house. Time and, you know, what it looks like, but you can't let the baby run you. So, you know my motto.
Hey, but what?
Oh man, you know, FTK.
Oh.
You know, we gonna rock. Me and her, we gonna make sure that we good and
FTK.
Speaking of rock, boy, it's something serious on Brittany's hand right now, bruh.
Oh, we ain't talked about that yet.
We ain't talk about that.
Oh man, congratulations, bro.
Oh my goodness. Let's give a round of applause for Jalon in the building.
We ain't talking about that yet.
Newly engaged. Speaking of rock.
Damn.
Speaking of rock, bro.
We haven't talked about that.
That shit.
How was
vicious.
that? How was it?
which part?
Let's talk about the process leading up to it.
Okay.
Like, what was your emotions? Like, how did the planning go?
Because we've been there.
Yeah.
I am as best as I can be a pretty traditional guy. So Brittany's pops passed when she was younger. So I talked to her mom and I pretty much asked her mom for her hand in marriage. Her mom was excited. She was over the moon for her. I had the opportunity to ask her while she was here helping us with Edison one time. So, you know, Brittany's upstairs and I'm talking to her mom and I'm like, hey, I wanna talk to you about something. She's like, oh, okay. She thinking I want to talk about the baby. And this is back in probably like December. You know, I was like, I want to talk to you about something. And I told her like, yo, you know, I want to spend the rest of my life with Brittany. I want to make her my wife. And she was just like so excited. She was like, yes, like I can't wait. Awesome. Right. So I think she felt like it was going to happen like soon within that space. But that was just, I was already planning. And I said, you know what, let me go ahead and go down the line.
Was 7 months ago.
Mm-hmm.
That was 4 months ago.
Okay.
Yep. Almost 5 months ago, really. So that happened. And then because her father has passed, you know, she has brothers, and I wanted to talk to her brother as well and let him know what I was thinking and where I was at with it. And then he gave me his blessing as well. So that was super dope. So then it was like planning is full throttle. I knew they were going to say yeah. Mm-hmm. Right. It wasn't like it was a question at all. So planning was full throttle from there. So it was like, and when I say planning for us as a man, planning is like, okay, I've been saving, but how aggressively financially do I now need to save for this ring? Mm-hmm. Right? So now it's like I want to design it. After you get the design, you're like, okay, cool, it's going to cost this. All right, now I need to save this aggressively in order to be able to achieve this by the date that I want to do it. I partially chose the date that I want to do it based off of the savings plan.
Yep.
Did you guys do that as well?
No.
Okay. You already had that put aside.
Yeah, I just was like, when I'm ready, I'm ready.
Yeah.
Okay, cool. That's great. I wasn't doing that. This is a whole different bucket.
But when I say ready, I was like, all right, when I'm ready to just like take that hit.
I would say
That's what I'm
that.
saying.
I would say that. It wasn't
I
like
was
I had
just like,
to sit
you know,
to the side. It was like,
not-
I'm ready to
just
take
like,
this
all right,
hit.
cool. When I just feel like, yo,
Yeah.
let me just pull the trigger.
Yeah.
Right. Then I was just like, all right, let me get it first and then get the date.
Okay. So I looked. I was like, okay, cool. I do that. Okay, cool. I could do it this date, right? Her birthday is actually within the same month that I proposed, and I didn't want to do it on her birthday. I feel like
Right.
not proposing on holidays, and I know some people look at it as like, man, it's dope. I'll propose on Christmas or I'll propose on Thanksgiving. I never want to take anything away from the holiday. That was just me personally, right? So I was like, it's around her birthday, but I don't want to propose the weekend before her birthday because we would have to be planning what we're doing for her birthday if it's the weekend before. But 2 weeks out, I could get away with 2 weeks out. So I was like, okay, cool. We set on the date. Took my sister with me as I started designing the ring. I had some friends that they were helping me design the ring, and I honestly met a family as I was in the process of designing the ring that just made me feel much more comfortable than my friend did. They had much more information, they had much more knowledge, and they work in the same area, in the Diamond District downtown. Like, they work in the same area. Mm-hmm. So I would just, every time I would go in, I'd kind of be talking to them a little bit more and more. And I had to break it to my homie. I was like, hey, bro, I'm going to be honest with you. I just kind of feel more comfortable with moving with them, And I let him know. And I feel like he was a little salty about it.
Of course, because he lost out on the sale.
Yeah,
I feel like he was a little salty about it. But honestly, I said, this is for me. This is for everything. So I don't care. I also...
And you shouldn't, though. You shouldn't.
I didn't.
You move with the right intention.
Right energy. I also seen, too... Just looking at details in his smaller diamonds, I felt like I could see. I don't want to not necessarily inclusions. I know you did your homework. Not necessarily inclusions, but like little small. I don't want to say glue, but it just wasn't. It wasn't precise.
Yep.
The diamonds placement, it was in there, but it felt like I could see like almost like putty that was around some of the diamonds at times, and I didn't like that.
I like that. Yeah.
And I was like, just to make my friend feel good, I'm gonna lose out, and I was like, I don't want to do that.
That ain't nice and neat.
Nah, that's not nice and neat at all.
I don't like it.
I didn't like it, bro. And another thing too is, I feel like it's easy for us a lot of times to put our happiness to the side in order to appease somebody else. And I was like, when it comes to my family, I'm never doing that. I can do that for me personally at times, but for my family, I'm never doing that. I would hate for my girl to look at her ring and
secretly not like it. Secretly, because she
gonna like it because you gave it to her.
Was that ever a fear for you guys? Like,
yes.
Okay, so that's the thing, right? So as I'm looking at this family's work, I'm like, nah, I love it. One of the girls who were there, she just got engaged, so she had a ring that I liked. I liked how she had certain things set up, and I was like, I could pull that from that, pull that from that. I was like, I'm gonna work with them.
Yeah.
Because her dad designed her ring, and her dad was the lead designer in that space. Granted, I think I got favor because they were friends with the designers that my friend was trying to introduce me to.
I got you.
So they're just like, nah, like it's all good. They weren't mad about it. I think my friend was upset about it. So anyways, we ended up getting the rendering for the ring, designing the ring, and they're like, yeah, don't worry about it. We'll take care of it. We'll turn it around. So like, I'm like texting, trying to line it up. I also don't want to hold the ring too long. Mm-hmm. So I proposed on a Friday. I got the ring on a Monday. And I'm like, yo, is it going to be ready? Is it all good? And they're like, yeah, you can come and pick it up, right? So I go and I pick it up. As I pick up the ring, I'm in the planning of what the proposal is going to look like. Matter of fact, Dami's the first person that's seen the ring. Dami's the first person that's seen it outside of me. She's the first person that's seen it because as I'm planning, I'm downtown and I'm with Dami and not necessarily the party planner guy, but the guy who has like all the props and everything to set up for the engagement, right? Hey, shout out to Dami. She came in clutch. Like, I had a team and I had an idea and I had a vision, and Dami came in literally like in that last 10 days. I was like,
I'm a little jealous. I ain't had Dami when it was time for me to do my engagement.
Hey, listen.
Hey, because I see how she stepped in for Duke, and I know how she stepped in for you too.
Yo,
like, yeah.
Plug?
Plug.
Yo, look. If you, yo, like, I never thought about this, bro. I never thought about this,
No,
bro.
seriously.
Like, yo,
Seriously.
If you're a guy and you listening to this right now and you're thinking about proposing or getting engaged at some point in the new, and you live in LA, reach out to us because our girl, our lady,
official.
she's
official.
And our women love her and what
Hey.
she does.
Hey, she gonna make it happen, right?
No, seriously.
She's not gonna hit you over the head. She's not gonna make you spend money that you don't need to spend.
Yep.
But she's gonna have you right.
Demi negotiated. She talking to Carlos. It's like, Carlos.
And this is a skill. This is a skill we didn't even know Demi had like that.
Nah, Demi's a boss.
Super.
Demi's a hustler.
No, seriously. So, matter of fact, check this out, right? Boom. Day of comes. I plan out everything. We got dinner. Dinner is from 5 o'clock. Dinner starts at 5 o'clock. We're supposed to relieve the nanny at 7 o'clock. So this leaves us 2 hours out to ourselves.
I'm just curious. You were not nervous at any time at all about making a dinner so early? 5 o'clock sounds dumb early.
So 5 o'clock is dumb early. One thing that I've learned about my household is the speed of the house is predicated on the time that I can give it. I knew I had to be home from work by 2 o'clock. I know that. I got home at 2:30, right? So I'm like, I'm cutting into my buffer time. So I get home at 2:30 and I'm like, you know what? Let's go ahead. Let's start getting ready. I'm like, cool. Start getting ready. Come 3:30, she says, babe, we're going out of town, right? We had some friends that were having a party in the Bay Area the following day. So in her head, we're preparing for that all week. She's not even thinking about us doing anything. I'm like, you know what? We're going to dinner on Friday. Let's go on dinner on Friday because I know how you like to spend one-on-one time with each other prior to us spending a bunch of time with other people. So let's go ahead and get that on the front end of the trip rather than on the back end of the trip. You guys, girls,
Yep.
You know what I'm saying?
Yep.
So we're gonna go. I was like, we're gonna go to dinner, and then after dinner, we just drive up to the Bay. You know, no big deal, right? Let me tell you guys about this news that I found out after I proposed. I'm gonna throw this in there now. The morning of. This is I haven't told you guys yet this. This is crazy. The morning of. So early in the week, I told my dad. My dad's really excited, right? He's just an excited guy. I tell him earlier in the week, I said, Pops, I'm going to propose to Brittany this weekend. I just tell him in passing because I can't give him too much information because he can't hold water. Mm-hmm. I said, Pop, I'm going to propose to Brittany this weekend. Don't say anything. We'll talk about it later, right? He's like, oh, okay, cool. Friday morning, my dad calls Brittany, and he says, he always calls her daughter-in-law. He always calls her. He's like, hey, daughter-in-law, what's going on? She's like, oh, just taking care of Edison. How you doing? She's like, I'm good. He's like, congratulations. Just want to send you my love. Congratulations. She's like for what? He's like, Jalon told me he was proposing this weekend. And she's like, he didn't tell me that. Like, and he's like, oh,
is she serious?
I'm dead serious. Dude, I'm dead serious. And my dad is, so check this out. My dad is such an excited person. And when he is emotional and full of emotion, he just can't hold water. I don't know where this comes from with him. Check this out. So my mom passed. And when my mom passed, I remember I was on my way to go see her, and I called and I said, hey, Dad, Mom passed. Don't say anything yet. I just need to tell you. My brother called me 2 minutes later and was like, hey, Dad just called me and said. So that's part of the reason why I was like, let me give my dad the respect and let him know I'm going to propose so he doesn't find out on the internet. But let me not give him all the details.
Because he can't hold
water.
Yep.
And he still did it.
Yeah.
Right? Wow. Thankfully that I have an incredible fiance. She didn't tell me this.
Man, that could have ruined it.
Oh, I would have been so upset.
Damn.
I would have been so upset. She didn't tell me this. She said, babe, he said it. And in my head, it was just an old man talking. Like, I'm taking care of Edison. I'm not even thinking about it. I thought he was just saying like, oh yeah, Jalon, I know Jalon wants to propose to you this year. You know, I can't wait for you to be my daughter-in-law. Wow. That's how she took it.
Damn.
Right? So she was like, but it was in the back of my head, right?
Cool. Fast forward.
That's what she said. It was back of her head.
It was in the back of her head, right?
That's trash, dude.
Right?
That's trash, bro.
So check this out. The reason why I created so many roadblocks along the way is just in case anything happened for her to feel like something could be happening. So part of the reason why I was like, let's go to dinner and like, let's get dressed and like, let's make it special was because like, I'm not going to propose there. But if you think,
I want you to feel it.
I want you to feel that way.
I did the same thing.
I want you to feel that way, right?
Yep.
So because we're going out of town, right? I made sure she got her nails done. Like, babe, you know, we're going out of town and, you know, I want you to feel comfortable and we're going to be around our friends so you can get your nails done. Cool. So that was good. Damn, even checked in with that. Like, you got an appointment for her to get her nails done? Like, yeah, we got that, right? So that was cool. So we get out of the house at 4:59, bro. 4:59. We need that 2 hours for everybody to come in and set up what I have planned for the proposal. And we're standing upstairs. It's probably about like 4:47. And she's like putting on her dress and I'm standing next to her. And she's like, babe, you're making me nervous. And I was like, you making me nervous right now, right? And she was just like, and I was like, we got to get to dinner. Like, we got to get to dinner.
That up.
Right?
I had to cover that up.
Like, we got to get to dinner. So we get out of the house 4:59. It's hilarious because I posted about it, but you can see we walk out of the house and literally 5:02, everybody starts wheeling stuff into the house while we're gone. People start coming. I got my buddy Roger. He was hanging up these photos that I have for us. Dammy pulled up in a U-Haul truck, dog.
No way.
Full U-Haul truck.
I ain't know that.
Bruh, Dammy, full
Y'all
U-Haul
hear that
truck.
service?
All
Bro.
up, everything. She's got the curtains. She's got the stanchions. She's got the candles. And my sister is there, and her wife is there. And they're bringing everything into the house. I got
You got any BTS of this?
on my Ring camera.
Oh.
Damn it, you got BTS of this? When people pulling up? Nah. You was working. Okay. On my Ring camera. So I got people coming in and out of the house, ladder, everything, right? So we're at dinner. She tells me, and this is hindsight. We get to dinner, right? And she was like, I was assuming when we went to dinner that when they open the door, everybody's gonna be like, surprise, right? And she was like, that didn't happen. Like the lady was just like, inside or outside? And she's just like, that doesn't feel like proposal energy to me. So I was like, yeah, well, let's sit outside. So okay, cool. So she's like, well, I guess Jalon's not proposed here, and I don't know what his dad was talking about because she's no way that we're gonna propose at home. I'm gonna
There's
propose
no
at
way.
home.
There's
The
no
nanny's
way.
at the house with the
No
baby.
way.
And
No way.
It's no way, right? So
About to go back home to be parents.
exactly, right? So we had dinner. We have a great time.
False alarm.
We have a great time, like an incredible time. Literally one of the best dinners that we've ever had together. We laughing, we joking. We got 2 drinks,
Oh,
right? 2 drinks was on the wild side.
Wow.
Right? We got 2 drinks. And
Was you feeling nervous at any time? Because at this point, you starting to heat up.
Yeah. We're coming closer and closer to game time.
Yeah.
I wasn't nervous yet, but I had to go to the bathroom. And when I'm in the bathroom, I check. I'm like, hey, yo, how's everything looking? Everything's like, yo, we're looking on schedule. It seems all good. Give us like 10 minutes. I'm like, all good. So now it's time to leave. And I get a text from Roger. He's like, yo, it's go time. I'm like, cool. We haven't even got our bill yet. I've been waiting for the bill. So I'm like trying to get the bill. I'm looking for bruh. Bruh take like 15 minutes to come with the bill. I can feel a little antsy, right? And she doesn't think anything of it because we got to relieve the nanny. Mm-hmm. So it's like, yo, we got to get home. She's like, yeah, we got to get home. So dude finally come with the bill. We'll get in the car and we driving home. When we driving home, I'm starting to feel it a little bit.
Mm-hmm.
You know, I'm starting to feel it a little bit. And I'm trying to stay cool. One thing I talked to O about this, O was like, you know, when me and Candace were driving, she could sense that like I was just a little off. And I was like, because he was just disconnected. You know, you driving, you quiet, you trying to do what you're supposed to do.
Yep.
I remember Duke was driving, he trying to dance to the music. He's
Ripping
trying
his
to
shirt
sing
off.
along. Yeah. Right? So it's like, okay, it's important to stay connected.
Yep.
So she doesn't feel anything, right? So, you know, we're driving and I had one moment where I had like this lull and I just wasn't paying attention. And I was driving, it was like on the thing and she's like, babe. And I'm like, oh, my bad. It's a...
Yeah, it's a little veer off thing.
Yeah, I veered off, right? It was a checkpoint ahead. And I was like, oh, I was just looking at that. And she's like, oh, okay.
So we get there. They're like, where you coming from? I'm coming from dinner. It's like, okay, cool, right? So we driving. I let them know we're in the garage. We're coming up. So we in the garage and, you know, we're going up. She's like, babe, can you grab the car seat out of the car? And I'm like, all right, for sure. Yeah, I grabbed the car seat. So I'm walking up. I'm holding the car seat. I'm holding another something contraption for Edison.
Now it's feeling real.
Yeah, now it's feeling real.
Now
right
it's
now,
feeling real.
Okay.
Yup.
When we walking up, our fence is probably like 6 feet high, and I could see the backdrop is like 8 feet high. So I could see in my peripheral, this is in our yard, but I'm like, let me walk fast so she doesn't even like look over there.
Mm-hmm.
So we get to the front door, and when we get to the front door, all of the shades are down, and she's in mommy mode now. She's like, why did Nanny put the shades down? We like to keep the shades open so you can see in the house. And she could like see flickering on the other side of the shades because it's the candles, it's a path.
Yep.
Right? Everything is built out. She's looking and she's like, what is going on in there? And I'm like, oh, here. I open the door, open it, and she like pops her head in. And she's like, what's going on? I'm like, go ahead. Go ahead.
Now she know.
As she walks in, when she walks in, we have a guitarist there, and he's playing our song. He's strumming, but he's in the back, so you can kind of like hear it echoing. Flashing starts happening, and then she like looks. It's like, oh, right. I'm so romantic though. She thinks this is a regular romantic moment post date for a second, right? Then she sees Dammy, she sees the photographer, she sees the videographer, she starts seeing these photos that I have lined up. She's looking at the flower path, and she's like, oh, this is the moment. Like, it's about to happen. This is the moment I've been waiting on since I was a little girl. Like, this is the moment. No, you can see it. Like, you can see the switch happen.
Yep.
And this is the moment I've been dreaming about. This is when you get to step out on the field and you look at those Super Bowl lights and you're like, yo, I made it.
Yep.
This is that. And you can see it. And I guide her along the path, because one thing I noticed, man, this is dope, why it's important to have people that are in alignment with you and the way that you do things. Because I remember when you had to lead Candace to the spot. That was something that we talked about. Yep. I remember when you had to chauffeur Chanel to the spot. So I was like, she's gonna have that moment where she pauses. Mm-hmm. Let her take it in, but you gotta
get her going.
Gotta get her going. When she got to pretty much like the last photo, she's now in the sight of the guitarist, and I told him his cue to start singing is when he sees her.
Did he miss it?
He hit it.
I love that.
He hit it. And this is a song that means so much to us, and it's a song that encompasses not only our relationship but our faith as well. It is something that it's always brought crazy emotion to us, right? So,
what song is it?
It's called "Graves in the Gardens" by Brandon Lake in Elevation Worship.
Okay.
And he's singing the song, and when he's singing the song, like, we just hug and we kind of pause for a moment. And, we didn't even get to the best part yet. The best part was when we get outside and you see, because truth be told, I'm experiencing this
for the first time.
The first time.
Yeah, you haven't seen anything.
Yeah. I haven't seen anything.
I know exactly how that is.
So,
you know how that is?
Yeah.
So,
that shit cool though.
Yeah. Like, wow.
Luckily, see, you experienced it for the very, very first time. You didn't see nothing. Duke, at least you got to kind of
come in.
You got to see. I seen Duke's reaction. He looked around like, oh, okay, wow, hey, what's up, bro? I see that, right?
Yeah.
I was just like, oh, to where I'm walking in and I'm having the same exact experience as her, but I'm leading the show though.
Yep.
So once he starts singing, I'm like, man, this food sounds good, but I gotta be in the moment, right? We take a turn and we get outside, and when we get outside, the candles are there. The backdrop is there. Everything is all white rose petals all over the floor. Man, you got these stanchions that are standing up. It kind of looked like you just like Beauty and the Beast when they dancing, and it's that dance scene, and you got that backdrop, but like the all the gold fixtures and everything like that. So we have all of that back there, and I'm like, this is amazing. And I'm almost kind of trying to find Dammy and be like, yo, you bodied this. But I'm like, let me stay in the moment, right? So made sure that we got to the spot. And when we got to the spot, I also don't know like how you had a whole speech planned. I told myself I'm not gonna have no speech. This is the speech.
I was gonna ask you a question about that.
This is the speech.
Yep.
When you walk in and you see everything, that's the speech.
Yep.
Only thing I'm gonna say is your name, and I had to decide: do I want to say, "Will you marry me," or will you be my wife?
Yeah.
I said, you know what? I want to say, "Will you be my wife?" Because for me, that just you are now a part of me. You know, will you marry me? I feel like it was like, oh man, that's great. You know, if I wanted to say that, I would have just brought the words out. But I want to say, will you be my wife? And you know, I took that reverse lunge.
That's good.
I took the reverse lunge.
That's good.
Got down on the knee, man. And when I got down on the knee and I gave her the ring, it's like I could see her like she reacted like, oh wow, you did a good job. But also in that, she was just like, you don't need to be down there that long. Get up.
Get up.
Get up. You know, and then, you know, we kissed and we took our photos, and it was super dope because as much as she always wanted a really intimate proposal. She didn't want anybody to be there. She wanted an intimate proposal. And I felt like it was a few people there, which essentially was like the production team. But like they let us have our moment. Nobody said nothing. Nobody clapped. Nobody did anything. It just stood there. I had to say, hey guys, she said yes.
Straight up. Come on now.
You know, yeah, right? Before anybody reacted or said anything. But
that's good though.
Man, it was she told me, she said, I've never felt so connected to you at any moment in our life because when we hugged, I could feel your heart throbbing through your chest.
Wow.
And, you know, like, I thought I was a little nervous.
No.
But she's like, I could feel your heart throbbing through your chest. And
those are great nerves.
Man, dog.
Great nerves, man.
And like, there was this, I for some reason, I thought like once you propose, she says yes, you're going to feel like you guys jumped over a broom and you guys are now in the space. Like, it took a second for it to, not even a second, it took a few days for it to register.
Nah, you got to go to sleep on that.
Bruh.
You got to go to sleep on that. Wake up the next morning like, yo, did that really happen?
We're engaged.
Yep.
And then her ring was loose on her finger. So we had to get it adjusted so it could then fit. And then like even that was a whole nother feel for our engagement, you know? So it was dope, man. It was really dope. I felt like we executed. Mm-hmm. We did a great job.
She looks so happy, bro.
Yeah.
Proud of you, man.
Yeah.
Thank you,
Proud
man.
of you, bro.
You guys helped out a lot. I ain't even gonna lie. Y'all helped out a lot. Just watching, just paying attention to the attention to detail that you guys paid, and then the how, like understanding how I wanted to do it. Mm-hmm. Obviously, everybody's gonna put their own spin on things, but being able to see like, okay, this moment could happen like this. This moment could happen like this. Thank you guys. I didn't tell you guys that. Thank you.
Oh man, you're welcome, bro.
Appreciate you guys.
Oh no, bro.
Oh yeah. Also, I forgot. Like, oh, thank you. I know you just had a newborn. I text, like, bruh, I don't know if we gonna make it on time. Because Brittany also said we might not be able to make it to dinner tonight.
Fuck that.
I said, we're going to dinner. That's exactly. We're going to dinner.
Mm-hmm. What you need?
I had to go take the dog to get his nails clipped in the middle of us getting ready to go to dinner. So I thought I was gonna go. It was a few things that happened, but we made it, man. We made it. It was dope.
I was ready to take the dog.
Oh asked me if he needed. I was like, wow.
Hey, we can't blow this.
Thank you, man.
We can't blow this. Come on.
Hey, what you need? What you
What-
need?
hey, what you need?
All right, cool.
Hey, what you need, bro?
Because you realize in those moments that, okay, I need people that's just gonna help me out.
Yep.
I don't care how small it is. Right now, I'm feeling like, because you're overthinking to a certain degree, right? You're trying to make sure it's perfect, and you need someone who just to take off the load from your mental, you know. So it's like, hey, can you do this for me, bro? Can you do this? Hey, damn it, I really need you to do this, right? So like, I think we all would just be, yo, okay, this is your moment.
Yep.
What do you need from me? And I think that makes for just a better experience.
More seamless experience.
More seamless experience.
No, I mean, I felt that 100. And you guys know Roger does live TV. Mm-hmm. So he literally came off of doing American Idol
Wow.
to come and
Help
do
set
a live, to help set up, do a live proposal.
Yeah.
And he was exhausted. Like, he literally, we hugged, we kissed, and he was like, all right, then, man, I'm about to get out of here.
Amazing.
And I was just like, wow, you know, itself is, Dammy just literally snapped into this, had to do a whole job that night. And I was just like, man.
Is there anything that you wish you would have done differently now that you've had time to sit back and reflect on it? Because it's been a few weeks now, right?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. So is there anything that you wish would have done differently or would have happened a different way? Or, I mean, I know today it probably seems like it was perfect, but I know there's always something. Like, for instance, for me, I wish I hit the actual mark.
Oh, you didn't hit the mark.
I didn't hit the mark. Like, I walked in, I was so excited, so juiced. I was just like, get down on one knee, let's do it right here. Yeah, you know what I mean? Yeah. And we obviously, I staged it. I was able to get the photo and stuff like that. But when I went back the days after, I was like, damn. Like,
You mean to be completely honest?
yeah.
So so check this out. I feel like I hit the mark. I positioned us both perfectly. I hit the mark. I was really disappointed. The mark is
What's the mark?
The mark is when they taking the photo, you guys are perfectly centered to whatever you want your background to be.
Yep.
Okay.
Right?
Yep.
I felt like I hit the mark. Damn, you think I hit the mark? I hit the mark. I'm gonna tell you, I was really disappointed, thoroughly disappointed. I was disappointed with my videographer. I was like disappointed, so much so to where it was like, I don't think I ever want to work with you again, because you took.
I don't like you.
I don't like you.
I don't like you as a person.
No, seriously, because you can't get this moment back. This is
No, you
literally
You can't.
This is up to date the biggest moment of my life that I've ever had footage for,
And you missed it.
and you missed it.
He ruined it.
Well, did he miss it or it's just not to your liking?
So when I say missed it, right? When we have the mark, right? Part of the reason why it is that you have the mark is so the mark could be the focus. Essentially, you're in the focus of the focus.
Mm-hmm.
And there was things outside of the focus that were being captured. You could see one of the poles that had lights wrapped around it. And it was like,
It just wasn't the vision.
it wasn't the vision.
It wasn't the vision.
Didn't
Right.
execute.
And there were, even coming to find out, the photographer hit the mark. The photographer was exactly where he was supposed to be at. And the videographer was off to the side getting footage when he wasn't. He was supposed to be straight on. I was just really disappointed. I was really disappointed with that.
Damn, you got some BTS of that? Of that part?
So let's talk about this though. All right, so what's your take on both of y'all, right? What is y'all take on, I guess, what about the people that say, hey bro, proposals, you're supposed to, you guys are doing too much proposals. You know what I mean? Like, why are you putting so much emphasis in proposing to a woman? Back in the day, they didn't used to, there was no grandiose proposals.
Mm-hmm.
Like, how do you guys feel about that?
I would just say we don't live in those times. I would just say,
Right.
honestly, like
Right.
things are different. You know what I mean? Just like things used to be much cheaper back in the day. Back in the day, you used to go to the movie theaters for $5 ticket, get you some Sour Patch Kids for $1.50, icy for $3. You out of there, right? Today, a ticket costs $20. You know what I mean? The icy costs $7. The Sour Patch Kids cost $5. So like, just things change. Inflation happens. You know what I mean? Not to mention, social media has a huge impact on the influence of
everyday life.
And we would be lying to ourselves and to the
said
people if we didn't say that. You know what I
So
mean?
you're saying the people act that make that a problem act like social media doesn't have a. It's like you're crazy. You're crazy for like being influenced by social media.
And it's like, come on now. It's in there. You're influenced by social media. We're all influenced by social media. So I would say that. And then also,
So should more people come to terms with that, or should more people fight against that?
more people should focus on themselves. More people should focus on what their proposal is going to look like, not what someone else's looks like.
And if I choose to show my proposal, then so be it.
So be it. And if you choose not to, so be it. That's your prerogative, bro.
sure.
And that's all good.
For sure.
You know?
Yeah, I think social media is a part of society now.
Yeah.
It's not like people, you guys put too much weight on social media. It's like, it's a part of society, right? Not saying that social media is what is going to be the end all be all of my decision making. Nah, I still want my girl to feel special. And optically, we now know what level of special can actually like look like, right? So if everybody was proposing in their living room and nobody ever seen it, then, you know, you might have those few people who say like, hey, I want to take a trip and propose, you know, and let's say it's not being seen. But now if that same trip is being seen and somebody's proposing in front of the Louvre, you're like, okay, well, you know, I want to propose in Cappadocia in Turkey when I want to have the hot air balloons in the background now. And it's not necessarily a competition. You're just starting to see what's possible now.
Yep.
It's like,
Or what you think you would enjoy.
and what you think you enjoy, you know, it's the same. It's an evolution of what a proposal can now look like.
Right.
It's like the way that people train is different than the way people trained before.
Yeah.
You know, the way that somebody is going to propose, now I can go to Amazon and I could type in proposal setup and they could send me an entire setup in 24 hours.
Yeah, yeah.
You couldn't do that back in the day. So it's different.
I think the other thing too I would add to that is like I'm also trying to go above and beyond to make my woman happy.
Okay.
I am trying to wow her.
Okay.
Still.
Okay.
So I don't really care. I'm doing this because I know this is gonna wow her.
Yeah.
Right. I'm gonna get that moment, that reaction that I know is gonna make her feel so happy.
Right. So that makes me think too. Let me ask you this. Do you think what's your approach to how much money you spend on a ring? Right? Are you someone who's just like, okay, it's actually a financially irresponsible thing to do? Or are you just saying, nah, it's an investment and my woman wants it and it is what it is?
I think it just is what it is.
It just is what it is.
It just is what it is. I don't want to say it's financially irresponsible because that's all relative, right? What's financially irresponsible to me may be okay to somebody else.
Okay.
You know what I mean? And vice versa. But I would say that, just spending money on a ring for someone that you're saying that you want to spend the rest of your life with.
Yeah.
I mean, hey man, it comes with it.
Just cough down one up.
Just cough that up.
If you believe in that.
If you believe in it, if you believe in it, and that was my stance on it. You know what I mean? Like, hey, I know that I'm gonna feel this. I'm definitely right. I know we all did, right? And I'm pretty sure it's hundreds of thousands of men that feel the same way. But the lasting impact it's gonna make on this woman, and I'm only doing this one time. Period. I'm doing this one time.
Okay.
I'm doing this one time. So. You know what I mean? It's all good.
Yeah.
It's all good because this won't be a reoccurring thing for me.
So, go ahead.
I mean, there's a rule of thumb, just like a general rule of thumb on a wedding ring, on an engagement ring. It's 2 to 3 months pay. That's what
I see.
That's what the rule of thumb is.
That's crazy. I didn't know that. I didn't know
right? 2 to 3 months pay. I think people kind of fall within that, right? Not saying that it's mandatory, but I feel like that kind of helps the ring reflect your lifestyle more than anything else. So I do the ring's for her, but the ring is also for you. Right? The ring is to make sure that you feel good about the way your girl is stepping into the room and stepping into the world.
For sure.
That's for me. That's the way I was able to look at it. So
you got to look at it selfishly, almost.
I looked at it very selfishly.
Yeah.
We all want our woman to have that fuck off on a finger.
Come on, I needed. I needed
bro,
that.
fuck off.
Because this shit say a lot about me.
Yeah.
Because this say
This say a lot. I'm speaking for me right here. Fuck off, bro. Don't talk to her.
don't talk.
She off limits,
Don't
bro.
talk to her. And
she off limits.
And now gives you a voice without having to be present.
That's real.
Hello.
That's real.
That's a bar. Come on, man.
That's what I felt about it. So in that, I said, okay, you know what? I would rather invest in a ring than an actual wedding, because we can get married. But I feel like now when we're talking about things that are financially irresponsible, they will say, I'm not saying that I'm saying this, but they will say a wedding is the most financially irresponsible thing that you can ever do in your life.
I think there's a lot of truth to that.
Like, You know, I feel like the ring is more of an investment. It is a forever thing. Matter of fact, she wears it forever and she could pass it down to Ocean.
Yes. Like it's the return on investment is just much better.
So I don't have a problem with investing in the forever piece of jewelry that you're gonna get your partner. I don't have a problem with that, and I don't have a problem with the security that it gives you. I don't have the problem with the security that it will give her. And it's not just just like, oh man, it's because you want this piece of jewelry. I think it's a symbol of you guys' love, but it's just like the cherry on top. Like it's not the end all be all, because I also see couples who just be like, yo, we just get like a little rubber ring and it's all good. I also see couples who are very committed and they don't wear rings. Right?
I also see guys spend a bag on a ring and it don't work out.
And it doesn't work out, right? I think it should definitely vary on the way that you guys, how do you guys view relationship? I think that everybody here's ring also reflects who they are as men. Like this is, I want to make sure that I get her something that feels good, but I also think that your ring should reflect the lifestyle that you live as a man. I don't think you should live a lavish lifestyle and you be like,
girl got a little itty bitty ring on.
Or a ring that don't reflect that.
Or a ring that doesn't reflect that.
She shortchanged her.
Yep.
Yeah.
Just so you can say, we're saving this, but like, or you might do that and be like, hey, we're going to upgrade it, when we get out of this space. Okay, that's fair. But I think it should be conducive to you guys' relationship as individuals. But like I don't think men should. I was having a conversation at the shop and a guy was like, why do women put so much emphasis on the ring? And I said, bro, you wearing a Rolex and you got a chain on and you saying that.
What are we talking about?
What are we talking about?
What are we talking about here?
We gotta be fair.
I said, your woman's jewelry should reflect your life.
That's real.
That's all I'm saying. Like it should, and I want mine to be elevated above me. My girl could always be fly. I could be regular. I'm cool with that. Same thing with my children. I'm cool with that. But like, no, I was gonna make sure that she felt good in representing us every single day. That was important to me. She was confident.
She was confident.
That was important to me for sure. I'll deal with everything else that comes with that.
You saw her the next day. What was her vibe?
She was glowing. She was glowing, dog. She was just giggly, glowing, just like protected. Felt spoken for. You know what I'm saying? I think it's it's a beautiful thing when that happens, dog.
Yeah, it is.
And I think it's I think about y'all and I think about myself and just thinking about the last 3 years and all the monumental moments that we kind of experienced together. And I think it's so important. It's probably underrated. You should definitely be cautious or pay attention to who you surround yourself around, because I think we're all individuals, but when I see you get engaged, right, it makes me like makes me tell myself, okay, cool, that's the path I want to walk down, and then I get engaged and you get engaged and Jalon is like, okay, that's the path I want to walk down, right? So I know because my guys are engaged, it's going to be more of a conducive environment for me to do what I said I wanted to do.
Yep.
Right? So like those moments where me and my girl, we having issues and I'm like, yo, I can't do this no more. Sometimes the thought of your friends going through the process kind of helps you get through that as well. You know what I mean? And that's why it's important to have guys that could keep you in check and keep you accountable by just their situation.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? I think it's just really important, man. If you want to be in a committed relationship, get around guys that are in committed relationships. If you want to be single, then kick it with single people. You know what I mean? But whoever you hang around with, it will show up in your life.
I want to ask you something kind of like off camera, but we'll wrap it. Yeah. Hey, do you feel like that's something that it teaches you? Because and you being an alpha, do you feel like the pledge process kind of teaches you that too? Like, hey, yo, this guy next to you, he's standing strong and he's able to do that. So because he's able to do that, even though I feel like I can't, I can push through and get to the space where I feel like I can.
Yeah, well, Alpha's not working it, not hazing the organization.
Hey, man.
Let me say that again. Let me say that again. Yo, well, Alpha Phi Alpha Fraternity Incorporated is a non-hazing organization. Okay. Now ask me the question again.
With your fraternity brothers, right? As they go through hard things and they overcome those hard things, do you feel like because they got through it, I can now get through it?
Yeah. Were we talking about this in the Bay? I feel like we were talking about this. But yes. When the guy next to you, it's just an accountability thing. I don't want to quit on y'all. Right? So the guy next to me and the guy to the left of me, if they're going through it, I know I got a chance to go through it. If we're going through this relationship together, right, and we have individual relationships, but we're all going through it and growing through our relationships at the same time. And then your relationship is strong, and your relationship is strong, and we call ourselves being cut from the same cloth, and have women that are, representations of us, and you guys are figuring it out. Then I'm like, okay, I got to figure this out because I know if they could do it, I could do it. You know what I mean? Because I seen these guys.
Yeah.
I seen them struggle. I seen their makeup. So yeah, for sure. Like I just feel that sense of I would be letting y'all down. Right. And I've thought about that before too. I was like, yo, like if I didn't, man, one day, like I wonder how it was if me and Chanel broke up. I'll be disappointed. Like I feel like if y'all broke up,
I would be disappointed.
You know what I'm saying? I would be disappointed.
I'll be disappointed.
So it's like, damn, like y'all couldn't make it work.
Yeah.
Nah,
It would be a whole lot of that. Like, damn.
Y'all couldn't make it work. Hey, nah, I know shit rocky, but
Nah, but y'all could.
Yeah,
You could get through that.
So it's there's that level of accountability that if your friends are living right and doing it right, you feel like, nah, I got to keep up. I can't be the weak link.
That is crazy. I would actually feel semi like a bad friend if you guys got to a point in y'all relationships where you guys were doing bad and I didn't realize it until it was too late. I would feel bad.
But you know what though? As it's crazy because as we continue to grow our own families, that could happen.
It can.
That can happen a lot easier than you think.
It can absolutely happen.
It can happen a lot easier than think because you find before you know it, you look up 3-4 years and then pass by and you're like fully engulfed into your family, raising your kids. You know what I mean? Yeah. Meanwhile, homie over there like,
I can't bother him with this.
Nah.
Yeah.
So
that shit is real. That shit is real. But bro, I'm proud of you.
Same.
Thank you, man.
I'm proud of you, man.
Bro.
Thank you, man. It was honestly, it's one of the happiest days of my life, and being able to have, I'll say being able to have the opportunity, being able to have the privilege to get down on a knee and look somebody up in the eye and say, I want to spend the rest of my life with you. I want to take on everything that comes with it. It's one of the boldest things that you can ever do in life.
You got some nerve.
Like,
Boy,
it's one of the boldest things that you can ever do. And, I don't take it lightly. I know none of us take marriage lightly. So to be able to say, like, man, I want to do forever with you. And, people are struggling out here just to find a date. Like, actually kind of really puts it in perspective how special it is that you found somebody that you want to spend the rest of your life with. I know it's people get married every single day, but it's super special to say, I want to spend the rest of my life with you and mean it. And I'm willing to go through the things that come with it, and I'm willing to grow with you, and I'm willing to build with you. It was dope, man. Thank you guys. I appreciate it,
bro. No doubt.
Anything else?
I'm good, bro.
Gucci.
Yeah, I'm good, man.
Okay.
I'm good.
Okay.
I'm good.
Okay.
Next time we probably have one of these conversations.
Okay.
We'll probably be we'll be talking about what marriage is looking like. And,
I can't wait for that conversation.
Yeah.
I can't wait for that conversation.
We'll probably be talking about those conversations.
Y'all, thank you for watching. Thank you for tuning in. If you enjoyed this episode, let us know. Drop it in the comments. All right, let us know. Give us some feedback. Be sure that you are following us on all social platforms. Be sure that you are subscribed to us on all streaming platforms. Just stay in touch. Stay tapped in. Much love, much gratitude. I'm Duke.
I'm Omar.
I'm Jalon. This is another episode of Nice and Neat, and that's that on that. Peace.
I'll be the one to take the risk to go and get them bands. I'll be the one to never sit and go and make a plan. Knowing my mother getting old and I don't got no time. Gotta keep a couple for the road, the rest get left behind. Yeah. To the 100.